Naples is a city of many saints is generally known. With 52 patron saints, Naples takes the crown, and there is no other Italian city with this amount of Santi Patroni. Every so often in the city's numerous alleyways, you will come across an altar honoring one of these saints. Although bursting with Mary altars and effigies of Padre Pio, there is also another saint who can perhaps rather be accorded the status of a god. I am talking about none other than the uncrowned King of Naples, Maradona. Therefore, I would like to let you take a look at the Maradona culture and the idolization of this soccer hero that still exists to this day. It is now almost 30 years since the little Argentine said goodbye to the Napoli Football Club, leaving Neapolitans with a great sadness. Yet hardly anyone in Naples has forgotten Maradona, and every now and then you get the impression that it wasn't that long ago that he hoisted himself into Napoli's uniform. His effigy is frequently found in the streets, you can still find football jerseys with his name and back number, and you only have to drop his name when you want to strike up a conversation with a local. Obviously, Maradona still plays a big role in the life of the average Neapolitan. That Maradona was important to Neapolitans and people in the immediate area became clear to me at a young age. In my parents' bedroom adorned a ceramic statue of the football player, along with Il Ciuccio, the symbol of the football club. Several warnings and angry looks from my father were of no avail, however, and one day Maradona and Il Ciuccio lay in 1,000 pieces on the bedroom floor. For a long time, I did not understand what was so special about that little man who, while his full head of hair was blowing in the wind, managed to keep the ball high many times. It was only when I genuinely began to look into it, searching for stories, diving into the alleys of Quartieri Spagnoli to find answers, dropping his name in conversations with people from the region, that I began to see more and more clearly that this was not just about a game of soccer. The bond between Maradona and Naples is one that goes much deeper than just his achievements on the field. In the summer of 1984, it was announced that Corrado Falaino, the president of SSC Napoli, had managed to bring in Argentine soccer player Diego Armando Maradona. This news was received with tremendous enthusiasm in Naples, and celebrations were held as if the championship had already been won. Upon arrival in Naples, Maradona was therefore received like a hero, and considered a true savior by the people of Naples. He was the man who could make the dream of almost every Neapolitan come true, to make Napoli the first Southern Italian club to win the championship. It was a profound hope held by the Southern Italian people, because this way they could finally beat the rich North for once. It would also mean that Napoli would become the first Southern Italian club to succeed in taking a Scudetto to its name. So the mere arrival of Maradona triggered a lot, gave hope, and made the Neapolitans dream. The words he spoke during the official presentation at the San Paolo Stadium in July 5th, 1984, made him the symbol for those who had little hope for the future. Diego said, "I want to become the symbol for the poor boys of Naples, because they are like I was in Buenos Aires." With these words, he managed to win a lot of sympathy and possibly made himself even more popular with the people. He made sure that Neapolitans could identify with him precisely because he was so controversial, similar to street kids. After all, he himself came from a poor neighborhood in Buenos Aires, but still stayed true to his own culture. Maradona did not disappoint the Neapolitans. He played 7 seasons in a Napoli shirt, and during that time managed to win the national title twice, 1986 and 1987, and the 1989-1990 seasons, the Coppa Italia in 1987, and the UEFA Cup in 1989. Soon, the footballer became unprecedentedly popular and held in the hands of the people. That the footballer is still considered unique even years after leaving the club is evidenced by the fact that in the year 2000, the club made the decision never to use the number 10 again. In Naples, therefore, there is no debate. Maradona was and is the greatest footballer of all time. Not only did he ensure victories on the field, he also managed to put Naples in a positive light. Through his arrival and successes, he made sure that no one could ignore the city anymore. Still today, anywhere in the world, you cannot talk about Naples without the city being associated with Maradona. Both these things then helped Neapolitans to be even more proud of their city, their origins, their culture, traditions, and customs. It is therefore fascinating to see how important Maradona still is to Neapolitans. Not only for people who have seen him play with their own eyes and celebrated victories on the city streets, the younger generation has also come to understand what the Argentine football player has meant to their city. Like a legacy, the stories are passed from generation to generation, so that people do not forget the name of the man who knew how to give Naples hope. Although there are several places to witness the Maradona madness, I found the stories and answers I was looking for, especially in the streets of the Quartieri Spagnoli. As soon as you drop his name here, everything comes to a standstill and time for a moment no longer matters. One grabs a chair, lights a cigarette, and one story follows another. Indeed, it is never a wrong time to talk about this legendary soccer player, and people are all too happy to explain why he is so important to this southern Italian city. Interestingly, most of the stories are not even so much about his soccer achievements, although they obviously play a role in Maradona's culture. The various answers from locals when asked why this man is still so important to Naples refer mainly to the player as a person. The fact that he was stubborn, went against everything, could identify with the people from the working class neighborhoods plays the most vital role. Local resident Fabio knows how to put it beautifully. Maradona is bigger to Neapolitans than Maradona himself. Naples has made this man a myth and put him above everything and everyone. People need to believe in something, to entrust their hopes to a higher entity, something beyond human control. This is how religions are born. The bond between Naples and Maradona, therefore, could be considered a kind of religion. That Maradona made mistakes is by no means denied and therefore comes up several times in the interviews. However, to show how human he was, Alessandro, another local resident, said, "The pressure was great, the expectations high. All eyes were on him and only top performances were expected of him. It was logical that someone coming from a poor neighborhood could not cope well with this pressure. Nowadays, football players are much better prepared for their star status they can obtain. Maradona did not know what awaited him." Clearly, Naples and Maradona are closely linked, and this love affair is far from over. Neapolitans have taken the footballer into their hearts for the person he is, pure, rebellious, and honest. That he has additionally contributed to the successes of the football club make this man the god of Naples. You cannot separate one from the other. Naples is Maradona, and without Maradona, Naples would not be what it is today. Walking through the streets of Naples, there is no lack of small altars, pictures of the deceased, statues of various saints, and, of course, Maradona. It is no exaggeration to say that Maradona is worshipped in Naples, considered a saint or even a god. He managed to liberate this southern Italian city from the rich north that had oppressed them for too long. He gave the people hope again, made them intensely enjoy his play and the victories he managed to bring in. Someone who was able to do so much for a people, to bring so much joy, deserves to be honored in any way possible. At least that's what Neapolitans think, and it's obvious. Besides souvenir stores filled with products bearing his effigy, there are a host of other places in Naples that you will want to see as a Maradona lover. On November 25th, 2020, Diego Maradona died at the age of 60 from complications of a heart attack. This sad news hit Naples hard, and the streets were soon filled with mourning Neapolitans. The fact that Naples and the surrounding area was a red zone at the time due to the pandemic, and you were only allowed to be outside with a valid reason, did not stop people from gathering in the Quartieri Spagnoli, among other places, to reflect on the loss of their hero, their savior. Thank you for joining us today here at Football Legends. We hope you found this video informative and engaging. Feel free to leave your thoughts and memories of Maradona in the comment section below, and until next time, take care and enjoy the beautiful game of football.